Welcome to our video on 6 signs that your lover's Venus is in Scorpio. Okay, so there's six signs. There's 6 ways you can tell if your lover's Venus is in Scorpio. The first sign, sign number 1, here we go. Your lover can't get enough of you. Just can't get enough of you. Has a profound and potent desire for you. So you don't have to worry that your lover is getting tired of you and doesn't want to see you anymore, or too much of a good thing. You don't have to worry about that. It's almost the other way around. Perhaps you're feeling like, gee, you know, we're together a lot. You know, sometimes it's okay for us to, you know, to do things with other people or do things by yourself, but your lover wants you there and wants you there all the time, and is adamant about it. Okay, so if your lover acts like they don't really care whether they're around you that much or not, then their Venus is not in Scorpio. Their Venus is in Scorpio when they can't get enough of you, when they always want to be with you, when they constantly have a yearning and a craving and a longing for you, and they really let you know about it. So it's not where you have to guess or they're nonchalant about it, because this kind of Venus in Scorpio, if they're into you, if they really are in love with you, they will let you know. They'll want to be around you all the time. And if they're not in love with you, they're not going to care at all. So it's kind of an all or nothing thing with love when Venus is in Scorpio. Now we're not talking about your Venus in other signs, and we're not talking about your Sun in Scorpio or your Moon in Scorpio or Jupiter. We're talking about Venus. Because the planet Venus is going to be about love, and it's going to be about how you're going to behave when you're actually in a committed relationship, when you're committed partnership or marriage. So this is something that really shows when you're in that important, significant other or spousal relationship. Now the second sign, the second sign is that for your lover's Venus being in Scorpio. Second sign is that this keeps your romance complicated. So your lover is going to keep your romance complicated. There's not going to be, sort of, oh, let's just keep it simple. The KISS, keep it simple, stupid that people say, KISS. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be, we're going to keep it complicated. So they're going to keep it complicated for you. So if you try to make it simple, they're going to fight that. They're going to fight against that, and they're going to want to make things more complicated, because to them, if it's more complicated, it's more meaningful. Venus and Scorpio. Your lover's Venus and Scorpio, they will want to make things complicated. So they are not going to try to get you to make things more simple. You're not going to be the one that wants to make it more complicated. They're going to be the one that wants to make it more complicated. Unless, of course, you're the one with the Venus in Scorpio, but you understand what we're talking about. All right, that's right. Okay, now, also, another part of the second sign is that it makes romantic relationships complicated and very, very picky. So not only are they going to want to keep their romance complicated, they're going to want to make it more, they're going to pick on little things. It's going to be about the little things, and it's going to be about specifics, specific gifts, and specific ways that you relate to them, and specific ways that they relate to you. So not only is it about being complicated, but it's also about being specific, being picky, and being very sort of oriented on the little things. And the little things will matter. You know, remembering birthdays, remembering holidays, remembering anniversaries. How did you remember the holiday? How did you remember the anniversary? The specifics, the pickiness, the little things. And those little things are going to become big things. They're going to get blown out of proportion, and you're going to understand that that's what's going to seem to make it complicated. If you've seen It's Complicated, maybe there's a Venus in Scorpio there. Okay, the third sign that your lover's Venus is in Scorpio is that the lover seems obsessed with you. obsessed with you, has all-consuming emotions about you. You are all that matters. You are all that they care about. They're obsessed. They seem like they might even have a bit of a almost too much of an obsession, that it might be getting a little pathological. Because maybe they keep items that have belonged to you. Say they have something of yours, a belonging, and it means a lot to them, a keepsake, so they keep it. They want your pictures. They want to have something of yours, something to remember you by. Okay, those kind of things. So they're going to be very sentimental about belongings. They're going to be very sentimental about possessions. They're going to want to take those belongings and they're going to want to keep them, and they're going to have keepsakes. And again, there's going to be a lot of sentimentality around that kind of thing. And for those of you that are into people who practice magic, they're going to be doing spells to keep you in love, that kind of thing. If they're not into magic, then it'll all be about, thinking about you and wondering if you're thinking about them and all of that. So again, that's your third sign, the obsessed. They seem obsessed with you, and their emotions are all consuming, all just filled to the brim with thoughts and feelings about you. Okay, the fourth sign that your lover's Venus is in Scorpio. The fourth sign is that the lover will live in a dream world with you, and you have become their entire world, and also a romantic landscape devoid of their enemies. So they're going to want to make it all about being in a world, again, a dream world with you and them. So it's you and the Venus in Scorpio person. It's just you and them and nobody else. They're not going to want to have a lot of other people around. They're not going to want to have a lot of other people, third wheels or fifth wheels, tagging along. They're not going to want to have they're not going to want to try to get along with this couple or this person or that person. They don't care. They're not going to care about other people in their life. And they're especially not going to care about their enemies. They don't want to talk about their enemies. They don't want to worry about their enemies. They don't want to think about their enemies. They don't want to have to worry about getting along with them or not getting along with them. To them, they just put them out of their mind. And it's just you and the Venus in Scorpio, and you and the Venus in Scorpio in your own little world, your own little dream world or fantasy world that the Venus in Scorpio has created for you and they. All right? Now the fifth sign that your lover's Venus is in Scorpio is that the Venus in Scorpio desires to possess you. They want to possess you. They want to own you. They want to make sure that you belong to them. They want to make sure that they have you. They want to make sure that you can't get away. They want to make sure they're not going to lose you, which is another reason they're going to keep other people away that they don't trust. They're going to keep people away who they feel might somehow jeopardize the relationship or take you away from them, because they're going to be controlling, many times or frequently controlling the Venus in Scorpio if you're their lover. They're going to become easily jealous of perceived rivals for your affection. They don't want other people taking attention away from them. They don't want other people vying or competing for your attentions. They're going to want to make sure that they have gotten rid of all of those enemies and gotten rid of all those competitors, gotten rid of all those rivals, and they're going to want to make sure that they possess you, they own you, you belong to them, and they're going to want to control you, control others, and they get that envious green-eyed jealousy very easily if they see other people that are friends or family or suitors or whatever, or just anybody coming around. They're going to want to keep people away. So you might find that your circle of friends becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. It's just you and the Venus in Scorpio. But they're going to make it a wonderful world for you and them to live in. You and they to live in. They're going to make it a wonderful world, but it will be a dream world and a fantasy world And, with the internet now and the computer, realities, they can do that more easily and more readily than they could before. So it'd be easier for them to do that with that kind of, sending you messages and that kind of thing. The virtual reality kind of thing. All right, now the sixth sign. The sixth sign that your lover's Venus is in Scorpio. The sign of Scorpio, the Scorpion. The natural eighth house. The natural eighth house of birth, sex, death, and death. So it's an intense sign. And again, this is the Venus, about love. The goddess Venus, Aphrodite to the Greeks, Venus to the Romans. This is about all of the love and, having love possessed in this physical world. Okay? The Venus in the sign of Scorpio. So in those intense things, it's about those really important relationships. Now, the sixth sign that your lover's Venus is in Scorpio is it proves to be both fun and faithful. So in other words, your lover, if their Venus is in Scorpio, they are going to be devoted to you. Devoted to you. They're not going to be devoted to anybody else. They're going to be devoted to you. You belong to them, but they also want you to know that they belong to you. They're devoted to you, okay? They'll also simultaneously, at the same time, they're going to be able to keep you interested with alluringly provocative behavior. So they're going to be fun. They're going to make it fun for you. They're going to make the relationship fun. They're going to make the love relationship fun. They're going to make the romance fun. They're going to make the sensuality and the sexuality, they're going to be provocative. They're going to make sure they keep your interest. They're going to keep you interested in the sex. They're going to keep you interested in the romance. They're going to keep you interested in the love. They're going to make sure your heart is pounding. They're going to make sure they've got you. And they're going to use their sexuality and their sensuality and their emotions to do that. So they'll be faithful, they will be faithful, and they'll keep you faithful, and they're going to possess you, and you're going to possess them, and they're going to make sure that it's fun. So that's going to make the dream world a reality by the way they behave. They will entice you with their alluring, again, provocative behavior. They know how to do that. And they do it naturally. They don't have to go to school to learn how to do that or take a class in it. They do it naturally. They know how to do it without thinking about it. It comes out of them naturally. It's an instinct for them. And they will know how to keep you hooked. But again, they'll be faithful and they'll want you to be faithful, and they will create this beautiful world. So if you're someone who wants that kind of a relationship, if you're someone who needs that in your life, then the Venus in Scorpio is a very good person for you to be with. And these are 6 signs that you will know how your Venus is in Scorpio. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. I'm a Rosicrucian seer, biblical astrologer, Christian psychic, and Gnostic medium. And this has been a Readings by Rosemary angelic transmission. And also we have another, we're going to have other presentations about how you can tell about your bosses and about your boyfriends, your girlfriends, and other kinds of situations and other kinds of relationships. We're going to go through various planetary placements in various signs of the zodiac, so you can sort of, it's kind of a fun way to be able to see if you can guess about these astrological signs about your love. Now remember, not everybody's honest about their birthday and about their astrology chart. Not everybody is going to tell you that their sign, their correct sun sign. Not everybody's going to tell you their correct moon sign, or they're not all going to give you the correct birthday or birth time so that you can calculate their chart, because not everybody wants you to know them that well. So just because they say you're wrong, that's not my sign, or you're wrong, you might not be wrong. They might not want you to know. So keep that in mind. Not everybody's honest about their astrology chart or their planetary aspects or their birthdays and all that, because they might not want you to know, or they might not want anybody to know. So keep that in mind. All right. Thanks for joining us. Join us again next time. We're going to do more of these. They're a lot of fun.